welcome to Spikey Saturday number 302 on the Mana Leek. I'm John as always, and we are faced with a pick between an opportunist and a hoarder. I think that's a pretty obvious opportunist. But goodbye, our friend the hoarder. Ludovic, I've never seen anybody do anything with it. I don't know if you can. As well, I might try something different today. I think I will. Don't expect this to be what Spikey Saturday will always be like. In fact, I would probably say expect this to never happen again on Spikey Saturday. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to record the draft. Full talk through of the draft. Why am I picking what? Maybe random chatter about what I'm drinking. It's coffee because it's 11 in the morning and I've got fruitcakes in the oven. But then I'm going to record the matches without commentary. Edit them quickly and just sort of give overviews of what happened in the match. Like a very quick, this I think is a pretty clear shot. There's an Eaten Alive, a Blood Pact, but clear shot I think is better than Blood Pact. Why did I call it? It was a black card sitting beside a good black card. Eaten Alive, I think the clear shot's better. Revenge of the Drowned is also an option, but I really like clear shot here. Not giving a point to point, not doing like too crazy, like stopping and pausing of key moments, but just sort of an overview of how the matches went. The reason I say don't expect this to be a regular thing is I haven't done it yet because I'm here. I expect it's going to be way more work than it's worth, but I want to see what happens, and I want to see if you all like it. If you like it, and if it's not ludicrous amounts of work, maybe that becomes like a second draft video a week. But we'll see how it goes. But I think that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is take this clear shot. Here I see a Midnight Ambush, a Revenge of the Drowned, a Brigand, a Candle Trap, a Dawn Guard. We'll take that ambush. Here we've got a Siege Zombie. I'll tell you what it's not. It's not Bounding Wolf, it's not Rush. It's not Guardian, it's not Commando, it's not Silversmith. It's not Cobble, it's definitely not Silence. It's not Spirit. It is Zombie or Bolt. And I think it's got to be Zombie. We've got a couple of reasons to start heading into black, so we may as well take it. Here I see a Lunarch Veteran. Around where I'm starting to be okay picking it. I, again, still don't think this is the ludicrous savior of one-drop commons that people make it out to be. I think it's fine. It's not Collector, it's not Wolf, it's not Vitality, it's not Cultist, it's not Pact, it's not Sifters, it's not Dissipate, it's not Corpse Gobble, it's not Silversmith. It's Veteran. Okay. Very good black card. Very good green card. Those are the only two picks here. And we may as well stay on the color that we are right now. Plus, I think Blood Thief is just better than Sprout. So yeah, let's take Blood Thief. And then we get a 7th pick, Candle Grove Witch. That's looking like a black-white possibility. It's better than Sanctifier. It's better than Consider, No Way Out, Harvest-Tide Infiltrator. Yeah, it's better than everything else here. Yoink. There's not much here. The best card is probably somewhere between Elementalist and Timberland Guide. I guess we take the Timberland Guide just in case we're green. It's not a good card, but it's a card that exists. So here we get a Harvest-Tide Sentry versus a Famished Foragers. We have like one reason to start to think about being vampires. And we have one reason to think about being green. I guess vampires is the slightly better chance here. I don't like Cathars, even though we have a couple of slight steps into white. So let's take the Foragers, see if we get like a nice red signal here. We get a Mounted Dread Knight, which could be like our literal top end if we do end up black-red. I think it's better than the Blood Pact. It's better than the Guardian. Yeah. Yeah. And then we get a weird angler at pick 11. I'm not going to want this elementalist, so I think we're just on a duel for dominance in case we're green. It appears that we can get a billion blood packs if we want them. Another duel or a bounding wolf? Let's take the bounding wolf. Duel's not great. You have to be pumping. If it's pumping, it's fine. But the fact that it's not always pumping is a real big problem. We'll take this wolf, but even if we're green, we're not going to play it. Homestead Courage, unlikely to be played. Well, we get yet another clear shot. And I think we're going to be taking a pretty clear look at black-green here. It's not Strangler. White cards are bad. They're not bad, they're playable, but they're not cards we're going to pick. Red card is bad. So yeah, that's a clear shot. Followed up by some pretty bad cards. Falcon Abomination is by a large mile the best. I guess we take this Interloper, which sucks. I don't usually want to play that at all, but this pack is bad. The green card, I don't want. This is the only black card. I'm pretty sure we're off white, and I don't care much about those white cards. If we thought we might still be red, we take the Revelation. But let's take the Interloper. These packs are not breaking my way. Maybe we'll try to steal some games with Interlopers. Yeah, let's try to steal some games with Interlopers. I guess maybe we'd play a Dryad's Revival. We can buy back some stuff. Let's give that a go. It's better than a Timberland Guide. It's better than a No Way Out. I feel like white is suddenly wide open, which I guess makes some sense. We didn't really pass any white. But I feel like everything else is being taken from us. From Chris Kringle. Santa Claus stealing from us. Shadow Beast sighting's pretty nice. I'd play a Bird Admirer as well, but we'll take that pretty easy Shadow Beast sighting. And then we get an Eccentric Farmer, which is fine. It helps us hit our land drops. And currently, we might be playing 16 lands, which is wild. But yeah, let's take that Farmer. Here is a pretty easy Arrogant Outlaw. I might also play this Hauler. Next pack, we've got a Timberland Guide, I guess. Yeah, so this pack wasn't really for our colors, unfortunately. But next pack should clear it up. And hey, we are super low curve. Maybe we can just make things work. I do, surprisingly, really want a Blood Pact. Because if we're going to be playing super low curve, we're going to want card draw pretty badly. Oh, I got to join the dance. That must have been from when Arena hiccuped on me and my recording hiccuped. Hey, Bird Admirer back. Cool. All right, pack 3. I could use some help. Thanks, pack 3. Cut purse is fine, but it's not the help I desired. But it's better than a crawl or an armor. Bad packs. Well, there's the Blood Pack that I said I kind of wanted. It's a Diagraph Rebirth that might wheel too. I'm not sure what we would regenerate, but yeah, let's take a Blood Pact. I think we're going to be playing really dumb low curve stumble and they die magic. Which, hey, is right on brand for this format. Yeah, we'll take another Outlaw here. Ooh, a Grizzly Ghoul. That'll work. There's our top end. Our second 4-drop. Our creature count's got to be pretty high, right? 15. I guess we could take a singular 5-drop as a Candlelit Cavalry. I'm not really in the mood for a Ghoulish Procession. I guess we draw cards cutely with Opportunist, but meh. We're not really sacking an Occultist, so yeah, let's take Cavalry. Third Clear Shot. Or second Grizzly Ghoul. That's honestly a question. Got 2 clear shots, a duel, and a ambush. I think I want the second ghoul. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's not wheeling. Let's take the second ghoul. There is nothing here that I'll play. So I'll take the Pestilent Wolf, I guess. Not much here. There's a chance that I might want a second Blood Pact. We'll see. And this was the trash pack that we opened. Let's take an uncommon for vault purposes. Remember the vault? Nobody talks about the vault anymore. I feel like it opens very rarely too. Like maybe they changed it or something. So currently we've got 1 cut because we're playing 16 lands here. And I think the 1 cut's probably just a Timberland Guide. Strange deck. Could have some trouble. We'll see. We'll see. Harvesttide in Sentry is some evasion that I'm kind of begging for right now. In you go. We're not going to play anything here. We'll take the Rejuvenator. I would like to find 1 cut for that Sentry. We're not playing that Rejuvenator. We'll take another Bounding Wolf. I wonder if it's Howl the Hunt. I do feel like we need to augment our creatures. So I don't hate this Howl the Hunt. But it might just not be good enough. There's a chance this deck even wants to play a Bramble Armor. This is one of those decks that you play at like a pre-release sealed. Your pool's not terribly powerful. So you just take every 2 and 3 drop you have. And I have won entire like 6-7 round pre-releases by doing that. Stealing wins is a very legitimate thing. I wonder if we're just not playing Dryad's Revival. It's technically card draw. It's technically card draw. Like, yeah, we're not returning any bombs to our hand, but returning a ghoul, returning a cavalry, heck, returning an interloper might do it. Probably want to cut a creature. I'm at 17. Vaguely hesitant to cut another Timberland Guide just because counters on interloper is great, counters on sentry. I mean, I guess that's about it. It's not cavalry, it's not sighting. It's not ghouls. It's not outlaws. It's not cut purse. It's not opportunist. It's not blood thief. It's not bird admirer. Maybe it's the bounding wolf. Bounding wolf clear shots pretty well, but so does this and this and this and this and this and this. And this if it like gets a single counter. Yeah, I could see bounding wolf out. And then we're playing 16 lands 100%. Let's just go an even match. I realized I literally never change my sleeves. I have all these sleeves. And I still just don't care. So yeah, I am now going to go to the matches. So if my editing works out the way that I expect it to be, you're going to see me playing the matches, but you're going to see it really, how long can I go? Really fast. With me telling you a quick recap of how the games went. Because I know a lot of people love the draft portion and they don't care as much about the gameplay portion. As I said, please remember, this is not going to be a Spikey Saturday thing. This is probably going to be the only Spikey Saturday it ever happens. But if the editing work is not too much, And if people like it, maybe it becomes an extra video. So let me know what you think in the comments, and I'm going to go play some games of Magic. All right, so here we are for the first fast motion match 1, game 1. And I don't have much to say about this one. This one was your typical ultra miserable midnight hunt game. It literally finished on turn 4. My opponent just had a fantastic curve out with Falconwrath Pit Fighter into an Intrepid Adversary, which I killed. The Dauntless Avenger flipped. I was thinking, because everybody calls the adversaries multi-kicker, I forgot that it's not multi-kicker, it's ETB. So Dauntless Avenger was able to bring back the adversary, and on turn 4, hit me for 14. Classic modern Magic there. So we lost match 1, game 1. Match 1, game 2 was very different. It did not finish in 4 turns. In fact, we're going to see this one go a full 25 turns. My opponent went back and forth quite a bit with me. Eventually, I was able to get a bird watcher, what are these even called? Wing shredders, the backside, down and sort of just establish the board. I had a siege zombie down as well and a morbid opportunist, so my hand was continuing to be full of cards. I was pinging them for damage, but they had a Lunarch veteran, which means they were gaining damage. I was able to start getting them for 2 a turn. They were rummaging like crazy. And it took a very, very, very long time for this game to finish. In fact, my opponent went down to 2 cards, and I went down to 0 cards, and I lost due to milling. Unfortunately, we did discover that there is literally no justice, as I saw in my opponent's entire deck, and they were playing 14 lands. So you heard it here first, and second, and probably for the millionth time, there is no justice. So match 1. Utter loss in 2. After that, not entirely fun Magic, we go on into match 2, game 1, and we're up against the terrifying deck of blue-black, but I was able to get a pretty rapid Shadow Beast sighting down, followed up by a Candlelit Cavalry. That's 9 power on turn 5. Good old power creep of the stat lines. My opponent wasn't able to do much on defense. They just had a crap load of zombies from a couple of Rotten Reunions and their 2/2 Death Toucher zombie. And this entire time I was holding on to a clear shot. So I knew that Death Touch zombie was no problem. I knew I was going to be able to get rid of it without losing one of my own creatures, and they were going to have nothing on defense, and they didn't have anything on defense. And I was able to just hit them for a crap ton of damage, finishing that up on turn 7. Hey, look at that. We won a game. Match 2, game 2 started out kind of similar, with my opponent dropping yet another zombie into Rotten Reunions, getting themselves some unblocking zombies. I got a bird, what are these even called? Let me actually look it up this time. Bird Admirer, quickly flipped into a 3/5, but returned to my deck with a Revenge of the Drowned. But I followed that up with a Grizzly, into a weird attack from my opponent. They attacked with their Siege zombie into my Grizzly, so I just kind of blocked it, killed it, and nothing happened. So I wasn't quite sure what was up with that. My opponent had no defenses left, just zombies that couldn't block, and I think they conceded out of shame after that attack. So finished up pretty quick, and we're up a match. We are 1-1 in the draft. This brings us on into match 3, game 1. We're up against red-green. My opponent quickly answers one of my Stromkirk fellas with a Cathartic Pyre, and I realize I'm going to be up against some burn spells for sure. Match creatures for a little bit, but the removal keeps a coming, and I'm not really able to establish the board much. I've got 2 1s and a 1/1 and a 3/4 up against their 4/4 Shadow Beast, and I just wasn't quite able to get there. They just had tons and tons and tons of burn, playing a Slash and a Cathartic Pyre and a Play with Fire, and then they milled a Burn Down the House, returned it with their Dryad Arbor. I had nothing on the board at 11 life, facing down 12, 13, 14, 15 damage. I was done on that one, and so pretty quickly conceded there. Puts us down a game in match 3, playing for prizes here. Cheekily, because I had seen an Ardent Elementalist and because I had seen a Dryad's Revival, I decided in a turn the earth because I was like, haha, those things target something in the graveyard. Therefore, maybe I can get them. Match 3, game 2, they immediately lead off with a Death Bonnet Sprout. So I lead off with my Interloper. I figure, all right, let's see who can steal the game first. And I quickly drop a Morbid Opportunist as well. I'm able to fill the board a little bit, and my opponent makes a somewhat weird play. I'm not sure what they had in their hand. They Dryad's Revivaled back their Festival Crasher on turn 3. I figure they must think that Festival Crasher is deeply vital to their deck. I suspect they're attempting to steal a win. I get a pretty big turn with a Grizzly Ghoul coming down as a 7/6, which they're just not really able to handle. They end up using a spell and 2 creatures just to get rid of that 1 creature. I'm able to flood the board and take the win. So going to get a game 3 here to see if we can get some prizes. Heading into game 3, both of us have a bit of a quick start. Me getting my Stromkirk Blood Thief and a Shadow Beast down, them getting a Dawnheart Mentor and a Spell Rune Painter down, but I'm sitting on an Olivia's Midnight Ambush, so I know that if they try to flip it tonight and try to really get me with that Painter, or even if they try to spend a turn pumping using the Dawnheart Mentor, I know that I'm going to absolutely ruin their day. I play it pretty cautiously, just getting in a few attacks here and there, taking a bit of extra damage, getting in some damage of my own until a big turn happens where I am able to Olivia's Midnight Ambush the Spell Rune Painter after they try to get me. They end up using multiple cards, including a Dryad's Revival, to get back their Moonrager's Slash just to get rid of my Grizzly Ghoul, and I'm sitting on another in hand plus a clear shot. Just a little bit more play from them, flashing back the Dryad's Revival to try to get back the Spell Rune Painter, and unfortunately I think not quite doing the trample math, and I had them dead on the blocks that they gave me on the final turn, but I made them ultra dead by playing the clear shot as well, and we win. We win the match in 3, giving us 2-1 on the entire day. The deck played out kind of how I thought it would. We stole a lot of wins just with those clear shots and duels and playing relatively low curve. The first match was the only real miserable one, and it was utterly miserable because, once again, this has happened to me a lot. I draft a deck that is wildly different than what I would plan on doing. In this case, almost nothing but 2 and 3 drops. And then I'm immediately paired match 1 with somebody who's doing basically the same thing. It happened on stream last week as well. I did a black-red spells deck, something I have rarely seen. And match 1, I am against a black-red spells deck with literally all the same cards. It's strange. I'm sure it's random and coincidental. I am not getting conspiracy theory on this, but still kind of weird. Anyways, that's going to wrap up this experimental video. Let me know what you think of it if you want to see more of these in the future. As I said, this is not what Spikey Saturday is going to be. I just figured I may as well give it a try and see if it works or not and see how much work it takes. It might actually, as I'm finishing up this recording, not take quite as much work as I think. I still have to do the editing, but we'll see how it goes. But as always, check me out on twitch.tv/themanaleek. You can find me there on Wednesday afternoons and Thursday evenings Eastern Standard Time. And most importantly, next Saturday at about 8 a.m. Eastern, I'll be starting a 24-hour stream raising money for my local children's hospital in memory of my sister, giving away hundreds and hundreds of dollars of prizes, possibly over 1,000. I'll have to actually tally it up at the end. Super fun time. We play a lot of Magic, Jackbox games. I'm going to do a Lego build as part of the stream as well. So check that out. And yeah, like, share, subscribe, all that other good stuff. And I'll see y'all next time.